Hey everyone, welcome to another music reaction video. I'm Nethercloud, and today we're going to be checking out Sick Boy by Ren. This video comes highly recommended in the comments from the previous two Ren videos that we checked out, and I'm looking forward to getting into it. When I first found Ren, one of my friends suggested him, and I absolutely fell in love with the song. It was Hi Ren. Very relatable, something I really enjoyed watching, very emotional. If you watch that reaction video, I do kind of break down a little bit at the end. It really got to me, so I already off the bat appreciated him. Back then, I was still kind of getting a feel for the way I like to do these videos, the layout that I've got going on, just the way I approach music reactions in general. So I wasn't quite sure what to do with the fact that there was such an overwhelming outpouring of support and love in the comment section. You guys blew up my channel with all sorts of subs and comments and likes and all that, and it was wonderful, but I was kind of like flustered, not sure what to do. Since then, I've kind of established a little bit that when I find an artist I like, I do a little bit of a deeper dive. If I enjoy a song, I pick up at least 2 to 5 other songs by them from their channel and just run with it and get an idea what that artist is all about. Even if I'm rediscovering an artist that I already like, or they come out with a new album, if it's something that I enjoy, I like to dive in and do a few of them. So kind of like little mini series, if you will, of that particular artist. And I didn't do that with Ren initially because I hadn't figured out that that's the way I wanted to do things. And, you know, I'm talking a little bit too much, but long story short, we're going to hit the next few videos on some Ren songs. I got a list like 1.5 miles long. I apologize that I can't do his entire catalog, but we're going to do a whole bunch of it, and that's going to be the next good chunk of videos. So I hope you guys enjoy the ride. We're going to check this out. If you've got any other ideas for artists or songs or anything to check out down in the comments, just anything to check out, please leave it down in the comments. I'm sorry, speaking is fun, but sometimes difficult when you have ADHD and bipolar. Anyway, while you're down in the comments, hit that like and subscribe button because it does help us creators out. I'm awkward today because this is the first video I'm recording, and yesterday was kind of a long day. But we're going to have some fun, and we're going to see what this is about. I'm sure Ren's going to take us on a hell of a ride. Let's dive into it.
Thank you for coming in today.
Thanks for seeing me.
Looking at your file here, it seems there's a very apparent interplay with your emotional state and your physical body. Have you ever heard of the trauma response?
I don't think so.
Basically, our bodies can get stuck in a negative feedback loop. Our subconscious can repeat patterns from the past, which can have a pretty drastic downstream effect on our biology. Essentially, your mind is making you sick.
Very different and very cool from the previous two songs we did was Hi Ren and then the trilogy of Jenny and Screech. This is a completely different vibe right off the bat. Very different production style and quality, and everybody told me he does everything, which is something I really appreciate about any artist that's got a wide variety of styles and influences. A lot of the music that I really love we'll jump genres even between sections of a song. The verse might be one style, chorus another, bridge or breakdown just completely out of left field, ranging from like jazz to death metal in mere seconds. So I can appreciate the versatility that Ren brings to the table. That's on the volume knob, but let's back up to the beginning. You know, let's really give it a good listen. I really like that he's got the interview thing going on. For those of you that have watched the other videos or any of my other content on the channel, you know that I deal with my own mental health and physical illness stuff, which is one of the reasons that Ren really spoke to me in that first video I checked out, and why I immediately had an emotional connection to the material. Let's watch that back again, listen to the interview clearly. That whole like mind over matter aspect of like, if your mind is ill, it'll make your body ill. I know that from the negative side, and also from the other side where if you keep a positive outlook, it can heal your body. I went through like six or seven surgeries, 6 surgeries over 5 years. And then there was a lot of stuff before that in my life, trauma and other things, but that was the most recent insanity. And yeah, I don't even know what I'm saying. Let's watch that again. I really want to listen to what they're saying. If I don't immediately react to something, I'm paying attention really hard to soak it all in.
for seeing me.
Looking at your file here, it seems there's a very apparent interplay with your emotional state and your physical body. Have you ever heard of the trauma response?
I don't think so.
Basically, our bodies can get stuck in a negative feedback loop. Our subconscious can repeat patterns from the past, which can have a pretty drastic downstream effect on our biology. Essentially, your mind is making you sick.
I think this is the same set from High Ren. I don't know if it's done off the same album or something like that. And I remember that pig costume where he got wheeled in by that guy in a wheelchair. I'm guessing this is probably from the same time period. I like that whole like making use of a single set thing. Not to digress too much into other stuff, but there's this horror thriller psychological movie called Cube. Very B horror movie, you know, definitely a little gore thrown in there just for shock value. But the whole thing was filmed on a single set inside of a cube, and they just changed the lighting to different colors. And when you've got a small set, it really has you focus in on the character, the story that's being told. You don't have as much like support from the props or scenery or anything like that. So it really requires a big performance by the actor or the artist to really tell the story on a single set. So that's very cool. Now this particular set does have a lot of detail and story in it, whereas that movie, it was very bland and it like literally just detracted from everything. It was almost like being in a void. There's a lot going on here with the dirty floor, the peeling paint on the wall. It's almost like being inside your head when you're like broken and shattered and the world is a mess, and like almost like this would be the inside of your head when you're feeling sick. Maybe that's what he's saying, maybe not, but that's kind of what the vibe is that I get. Let's rewind it just a little bit. You guys kind of gave me some suggestions on how to do this. I like that you're all down for a little bit longer of a video, taking the time to go through it. As a reactor, I'm going to stop and check things out, but I was a little rushed when I first started doing this, so I appreciate everybody telling me I can take my time with it.
Drastic downstream effect on our biology. Essentially, your mind is making you sick.
Sick boy, bitten by a tick boy, looking for that fix boy, anabolic steroids, damn cell, poster boy, pass out, white noise, quick fix, snake oil, I'm about to break boy. Oh, what a shame, he's in pain, have another go, take another pill, here, take a couple more, let's see how you're doing in another week or so, you'll be feeling worse when the side effects will show, derealization, medical patient, losing patience with the process, walking hand in hand with Satan, complications with the medication, inflammation, dehydration, inhalation, aggravation, building up a toleration, drown, soccer, drown, soccer, drown, soccer, drown, I've been feeling like I'm drowning with my feet upon the ground, I've been screaming, I've been shouting, but I never make a sound, I've been looking for a way out, but I always see.
I love that effect on his voice there. That like I'm not sure what the effect is, but it's almost like twisted. It's not like a bit crush. It's almost like a. Oh man, it's not a it's like got this twisted like almost demonic, but not that low growly demonic. Almost just like the voice in your head demonic. Very cool representation. This is the first rap video. I guess this is rap, right? I don't know. There's so many terms. I'm more from the metal side of things, but I'm using the quotation marks because so many genres just have this overarching term that really doesn't describe in detail what it is. Generally speaking, the type of music that I listen to gets put under the heading of circus metal, which doesn't do it justice even remotely. So I'm sure by calling this rap, I'm missing the terminology or the specifics of it. I just think good music is good music. One place that rap and metal tends to cross over is in bands like Slipknot, where it's got that heavy bit, but vocalists like Corey, he can do the guttural screams, but he can also do those really fast, almost like battle rap type vibe. I've never really thought of myself as like a rap or a hip hop person, but there is stuff that I like and connect to from that genre. This is freaking awesome. This is the type of, again, I hate using terms like that, but this is the kind of rap that I actually like. It's not that like super poppy stuff. It's not the club hip hoppy stuff. It's not booty on the dance floor type rap. There's actual lyrics there that are meaningful and impactful, and he's doing it with talent. He's got a good rhythm. He has eloquent control of the language. He's throwing in repetition to drive points home. He's just doing a good job. I expected nothing less. But let's get back right to the beginning of where he starts coming in, which is what, right about ba?
Sick boy, bitten by a tick boy, looking for that fix boy, anabolic steroids, stem cell, poster boy, pass out, white noise, quick fix, snake oil, I'm about to break boy. Oh, what a shame, he's in pain, have another go, take another pill, here, take a couple more, let's see how you're doing in another week or so, you'll be feeling worse when the side effects will show, derealization, medical patient, losing patience with the process, walking hand in hand with Satan, complications with the medication, inflammation, dehydration, inhalation, aggravation, building up a toleration, drown, soccer, drown, soccer, drown, soccer, drown, I've been feeling like I'm drowning with my feet upon the ground, I've been screaming, I've been shouting, but I never make a sound, I've been looking for a way out, but I always seem to drown.
Is this all making sense, Ren?
Yeah, I think so.
Good. What I propose we do is we try to pinpoint the exact experiences from the past that are keeping you stuck. What can you tell me about your childhood?
I can't really think.
It's okay if nothing comes up right away. What I'd like you to do is take some deep breaths with me. In and out. In and out. Good. Now tell me the first thing that comes to your mind.
I feel like it's not me, it's the world that's sick. We're given everything we need and we commoditize it. We consume, we destroy like we're parasitic. Science tells us that it's suicide and still we commit. I'm not sick, we are standing on a cliff in the name of progress. We jump off the precipice. I'm not sick, I'm the virus, you're the virus, hypocrite. How can you sit there with that smile on and tell me that I'm sick? Sick boy, sick.
Yes. So when I got on medication, I didn't get on it because I believed I was sick or broken. I got on it because if you're living in a sick and broken society, you have to do what is necessary to survive in that society. My whole life, I fought getting on meds because I was like, there's nothing wrong with me. My brain is beautiful. Who I am is beautiful. The world is the thing that's broken. It's not that I'm bad or I'm wrong or my brain is fucked up. It's that this world doesn't have a place for the way my mind works, and that's sad. It hurts. It makes you feel alone and broken. And I still don't think there's anything wrong with the way my mind works. But what I came to realize is that no matter how valid my existence is, no matter how much I love the way the inside of my brain works, if I can't put food on the table and keep a roof over my head, and I don't get to live and experience life, then it doesn't matter how beautiful it is. The most beautiful flame, if it's extinguished, you can't look at it anymore. That's a horrible metaphor, but I'm kind of stumbling over words because I'm getting a little emotional. But there's a saying, and I don't want to sound like I hate life or anything, but there's this thing, and I can't remember who said it, where you have to be alive to complain about hating life. And that's kind of where I just got to when I started getting on medication. Was I don't think there's anything wrong with me, but I'm not going to be able to survive in this world without something to push me in the direction that allows me to survive. And I've had this conversation with therapists and talked to a few friends about it. I miss the pretty colors. My mind used to be this vast galaxy of colors and stars, and I could just close my eyes and lay down and just see everything, see the whole galaxy of colors and thoughts and the spectrum of emotions, and it was beautiful. And ever since I got on meds, I'm a lot more productive. I'm not saying I can't do my art or do my content or anything anymore. I'm actually better at doing a lot of things. I'm getting a lot of stuff done. I'm very proud of my progress, but there are moments I sit down and I miss the pretty colors. And it's a very, I'm going to get emotional on every one of his freaking tracks, aren't I? I'm going to try, like you guys suggested, listening to some of his more lighthearted stuff, but this one was at the top of the list for songs to check out. Like, this has been mentioned a ton. So when I powered up the PC today, it was the first one that came to mind. I'm going to go back through the comments before I pick the next one, because I have a list of the songs, but I forgot to make note of which ones were more lighthearted and which ones were more serious, because I'm already getting kicked in the heart muscles right here. Very much relate to that feeling of like, I'm not sick, the world is sick, and then being forced to do things to put yourself more in line with that world that you know is wrong because you have to survive in it. Let's go again. I'm probably going to be crying by the end of this.
You to do is take some deep breaths with me. In and out. In and out. Good. Now tell me the first thing that comes to your mind.
I feel like it's not me, it's the world that's sick. We're given everything we need and we commoditize it. We consume, we destroy like we're parasitic. Science tells us that it's suicide and still we commit. I'm not sick, we are sick. We are standing on a cliff in the name of progress. We jump off the precipice. I'm not sick, I'm the virus, you're the virus hypocrite. How can you sit there with that smile on and tell me that I'm sick? Sick boy, looking for a fix, boy. Push it down in public, quick pose for the pic, boy. Record label meetings that commodify your gift, boy. Why you so upset? Don't you wanna be a rich boy? Fuck no, industry is cutthroat. I've been doing bits by myself, swimming backstroke, walking on a tightrope, rapping with a slit throat. The way that we persist is like the ending of a bad joke. As the people evolve, we're complacent to assailants and we do what we're told. Counterintelligence, a sight to behold. Rape the earth of all resources and we bleed it for gold. And we bleed it for wealth, we bleed it for fame. But when you bleed it, can you tell me what the fuck will remain? And I bleed in myself, I bleed in my brain. While I'm bleeding, I'm the reason, cause I'm doing the same.
I mean, that's a short song, but very powerful. And he gets to a point that I didn't get to with that last little stop that I made, where it's like, if the world is sick and you take things to survive to be in that world, aren't you contributing to the sickness? It's one of those things that'll eat at you. That'll make you feel like, am I just another part of the problem? Like, I've had this. One of the things I'm going through personally at the moment is everybody has told me to accept what things are. And there's a lyric from a KMFDM song, and it says, acceptance is surrender. And my therapist she keys in on that when I've mentioned it, but there's so much to talk about. I haven't been in therapy in a long time, so we've got like a lifetime of things to catch up on, and we're starting to get in that direction. And for me, what that means is I don't want to accept the world for what it is. I don't want to say, that is what it is, so it's, that's fine. That's not fine. I'll work every day. I will bleed and fucking ache and be exhausted to try and make the world a little bit better in any little way I can. There are people who have told me that the only reason they're still on this planet is because they know me and because I was there for them when no one else was. And to me, that means something. It means more than anything to me. And I'm fumbling a little bit here, but I don't want to accept. I don't want to surrender. I want to work every day at being the greatest possible version of myself. It's doing as much as I can to make myself and the world better. Acceptance is surrender. I don't want help feeling okay with what is. When I'm broken and I go into therapy or I'm like upset and screaming into the void, I don't want someone to be like, it's okay, it's the way it is, just don't worry, just sit back, relax, just chill. I don't want that. I want to, when I'm bloody and bleeding in the corner of a fight and I want to give up, I want the coach that's going to fucking stitch up my eye, pour water in my mouth, and shove me back into the fight. And I that's something that I'm getting on the same page with my therapist, is like, look, I'm not here for you to make me feel good about what is. I'm here for you to remind me that I'm strong enough to change it. And you struggle with it, just like Ren's talking about it, where that whole concept of like, you have to be in the system to change it, but if you're in the system, are you facilitating it type of thing? There's a very catch-22 thing about life in general. If you give up and move to the woods and you're all alone on the top of a mountain, hunting, fishing, trapping, and never seeing another human being, you're not contributing to the problem, but you're also not trying to solve the problem. You've removed yourself from it. So it's this whole impossible puzzle. And I think all that any of us can do is show up every day, do our best, but never let that make us complacent. Some people get up and it's like, oh, I did my best, so it's okay. Other people get up and they're like, I did my best, and tomorrow I'm going to do better. And they push and they push. Ren strikes me as that person. I mean, I don't think anybody's going to disagree with me. He does the thing, and unapologetically, and he's aware of the dichotomies and the hypocrisies and the just sheer messiness of life and what it is to be in it. So I don't know. These videos tend to get long because we get into a lot of that philosophical and life stuff. Very powerful message in this song. Very powerful message in pretty much everything I've seen by him so far. Not pretty much. In everything I've seen by him so far, there's been a very powerful journey. Fantastic artist, really in touch with life and himself, and an self-awareness that most people don't have. I mean, I shouldn't say that because I can't speak for most people. I can only speak for myself. It took me a long time to get to the point where I understood that about myself, that I wanted to be in the fight, that I don't want to. A lot of times I'll sit down and be like, man, I just want to give up, but I don't. There's a piece of me that's tired, and that piece wants to give up, but that piece is always, it's the wrong voice. It's the voice on the wrong side of the shoulder. That is the voice of like exhaustion, and we don't pay attention to that voice. We don't give it energy. That's the key. You just don't give that energy. It's like, yeah, everybody feels like giving up sometime, but you put up your middle finger, you say, fuck no, I'm not going to give up. I'm going to keep going, and I'm going to do the best I can, and I'm going to do better every day, and I'm going to hold myself to an impossible standard, because if you shoot for the sky, if you fall short, you land in the clouds, that type of thing. And that's cheesy as hell, but anyway, I could get going on rambling. I'm always in a perpetual up and down roller coaster of a state because, even though I'm medicated, bipolar will take you up and down. But yeah, love Ren as an artist. We're going to do a whole bunch more by him. We're going to call it quits on this one. I'm going to go to the list, try and grab one of his more lighthearted songs, and then just kind of go through whatever. Thank you all for all of the support and appreciation. All the relevant links to all of the internet things are down in the description. If you want to come and check out the Discord or any of the other nonsense that I do, that's all there. And I look forward to seeing you guys in the next one, which for me will just be in a few minutes, but for you, maybe in a day or more. I don't know. Schedule keeps changing. I release as much stuff as humanly possible. So I look forward to seeing you guys. Take care of yourselves out there. Be well.